Hi, my name is Rob Stevens, Managing Director of Proteus Instruments. Proteus Instruments is a highly innovative company and indeed the only company in the world that can provide accurate and real-time monitoring of organic material, including biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, total organic carbon, dissolved organic carbon and coliforms. It was formed in 2018 on the basis that there is no real-time technique for measuring two of the most important and most meaningful water quality parameters in the world: biochemical oxygen demand and coliforms. The patented and award-winning technology serves to change everything we know about water and wastewater treatment and the control of pollution in our environment. Through this technology, it's possible to save our energy, improve efficiencies, understand our systems and indeed control our systems, provide real-time pollution monitoring and protect drinking water supplies. The following video will demonstrate this breakthrough technology and indeed the truly global opportunity to protect our water resources.
Wherever you have wastewater that is processed or discharged into a receiving environment, you need a reliable way of knowing what effect it'll have on the environment. To do this, you need to know the quantity of any biodegradable organic matter contained in the water by measuring the biochemical oxygen demand. Here's the problem. You have to send someone to collect a sample, which costs time and money to do. They'll be exposed to potential biohazards and health and safety risks. Samples can easily become contaminated unless obtained with absolute precision. Refrigeration, transport and storage all introduce yet further potential risks to the accuracy of the results. To top it off, the sample needs to sit in the lab for 5 days before you even know you have an emergency on your hands. And while we're waiting, you still only end up with a plus or minus 15% uncertainty in the results, even with the very best laboratories. Which isn't surprising, considering that we haven't changed the way we do this for over 100 years. What if you don't need to send anyone out, so no biohazards or contamination problems? You also don't need to refrigerate, transport and store the samples. And you can get accurate and reliable results in real time wherever you are. Introducing the revolutionary multi-parameter water quality meter, Proteus, a global scientific breakthrough in providing low-cost, real-time data for BOD, COD and fecal coliforms. What's the secret? Well, if you hit waste organic material with a short ultraviolet wavelength, approximately 280 nanometer, it'll fluoresce at a particular wavelength, approximately 350 nanometer, which you can use to measure BOD. These fluorometers have been used for many years in laboratories for analyzing water quality samples from the field and are the established and trusted technique for reliably measuring dissolved organic matter. Then, we achieved an unprecedented breakthrough. Using the latest shortwave LED technology, we were able to miniaturize a submersible fluorometer that gives you the same level of accuracy as the lab instruments, but within harsh environments and at a reduced cost. The Proteus.
Well, Rob, last parliamentary session I had the opportunity to introduce a private member's bill, and it was designed to try to improve water quality of our rivers and waterways inland, and in particular to start the process of ending sewage pollution. Unfortunately, the bill ran out of time in Parliament, but what I'm very pleased about is that the government has recognised that the objectives of the bill are a good thing, and one of the key elements of it is to start to provide a spotlight of transparency on the water quality of our rivers. And for that we need better data and better monitoring of what's going on in our rivers. And that's why I'm so keen to see innovation coming into both the enforcement and the operation of the water treatment plants and all of the water assets that the water companies have, to try and ensure that we're aware that when pollution incidents occur, the public is made aware of it, and that it will put pressure on the water companies and the government to do something about it.
As you can see, Proteus represents a breakthrough disruptive technology that can change a whole perception of organic load monitoring within the wastewater treatment works and the natural environment. We have all seen and heard about the rivers and indeed Philip Dunne's strides to enshrine this movement within legislation. We are already providing monitoring solutions around the world, so why can't we do it here in the UK? The Proteus has the power to touch all of our lives, but it will only happen if innovation is allowed to flourish. And that means being open-minded and believing that there are better and more meaningful ways to monitor parameters such as BOD5 and coliforms. We are actively working with the organisations such as the United Nations, the World Bank, water companies, environmental regulators, innovation facilitators, and indeed our distributor network around the world. At Proteus, we believe the tide is turning, and that Proteus will be pivotal in helping the world to protect its people, its resources and its environments, including the little streams and rivers we know and love, just like this one on a wet and rainy day in Worcestershire.